You remember that pandemic thing? Turns out it had some unexpected silver linings. One of the funniest things from that whole clown show was how barbershops and just shut down suddenly, like overnight. You couldn't get your hair cut. Suddenly, millions of men looked like cavemen. They were all overgrown and scruffy. Imagine if a real disaster hit and there was like no commercial businesses at all. It'd be amazing. While most people, guys and girls, panic. I can't get my hair cut. I can't get my nails done. I saw an opportunity here, and it was time for me to start cutting my own hair. Since everybody was buying stuff online, the first thing I did naturally was run to Amazon. And there were definitely like 100 different kinds of three-way mirrors, whatever you want to call them, multi-mirror setups. But the more I looked at all these different China-made products, I realized that they were really, really small, and I don't think it would work. The mirrors were too close together, and you had to like stuff your face right next to the mirror to actually get the proper angle to see. And you probably ended up hitting your hand on the back of the mirror. It looked kind of awkward. And not only that, the images they used for these products made it seem like you could stand here and then all your angles, like you had 5 cameras on you, you could see what you were doing. No, it was very misleading. So I said to myself, instead of wasting my time buying this crap and sending it back, I ended up deciding to build one myself. So what I decided to do is I made a kind of like a hybrid system with one big mirror in the front and 2 smaller mirrors that fold out on each side. And I didn't do a system where I had to like fold them both forward. I made it where one mirror folds back and the other mirror folds forward. And I used door hinges. They're a little bit sturdier, a lot sturdier than these tiny little tin or zinc hinges that you get at the hardware store. Totally worth it to use door hinges. And of course, the middle mirror is like a more of a robust mirror, so you have enough room to screw the bolts in. I'm not going to tell you how to do this. You know, I expect you to be DIY. You can figure it out. It's very simple. It's 4 hinges and 3 mirrors. Figure it out. Lay it out, and then figure out where to put the screws. This is not a how-to video in terms of how to build the mirror. And another thing that you should probably not do is go on all the YouTube tutorials who show you, oh, this is how you cut your hair. It doesn't matter. You can watch 1,000 of them. You'll still never be good at it until you practice, 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 because it's a very weird system because your hand moves the opposite direction of what you're used to seeing your hand move when you look at it, like regularly. When you using a mirror, everything is opposite. You move left, it moves right. It's kind of complicated, or up and down angles. You have to practice. You have to do it probably 10 or 20 times before you get good at it. And there's a good chance you might mess up and cut a big line up your head. And what do? Do you leave the line in your head, or do you cut it all off and hope it grows back quick? I mean, I messed up the first time or second time I cut my hair. Instead of putting this number 5 adapter on the buzzer, I put number 1. And I went, and I completely shaved my head. I ended up looking like somebody from that movie Prison Break, or that show Prison Break. It was completely shaved down. But for sure, you practice and you get good. That's the truth. And that's how it is in everything in life. The more you practice, the better you get. Now, the unrealized benefit I had from doing my own haircuts was the amount of money I saved. It's not a tremendous amount. I mean, I figure like what's it cost for a haircut for men these days? $50 more, $60, $70? And I cut my hair every 2 weeks. In fact, I'm going to cut my hair after this video. So that's 26 times a year, $50 a haircut. That's $1,300 a year that you could use for other things. You could buy a better buzzer, or you can just have money in the bank, buy some Bitcoin, do what you have to do with it. Additionally, I also saved time. You figure like depending on where you live, if you live in a city, you might have a barber shop around the corner, but it's still an hour a day. And for most, an hour a haircut. And for most people, it's probably 2 hours or more a haircut. Add that up and it becomes over 50 hours saved a year. That's more than a full work week. Imagine what you could do if you had an extra week of time. It's amazing. And finally, I don't think people ever think about how much time and money they waste on their physical appearance, whether it's clothing, makeup, haircuts, all sorts of other things, going tanning. I believe society has become super duper extra narcissistic thanks to selfies and social media, where you're constantly taking pictures and showing everybody else how great your life is. Thank God I don't have Instagram. Cutting my own hair is one of the many ways I've simplified my life, and I think everybody should give it a shot, especially guys with short hair. There's no reason for you to go to a barber. What about you? Do you cut your own hair? Are you thinking about trying it? Drop a comment below and we'll talk about it. I can give you some more tips if you need them. See you later.